these fundamental homeostatic controls pulling you in different directions, we end up being a split personality. What do we mean by a split personality? When you say, be passionate about everything you do, how does that passion come? The passion comes if everything you feel is what you think, and what you think is what you say, and what you say is what you do. There is a conformity to everything. On the contrary, you feel that this program is such a waste of time, but outwardly you say, wow, fantastic, it's amazing. And when you do something, you come here and fall asleep. There's absolutely no congruence between the whole thing. You have to bring everything together, only then you're passionate. There is no passion if what you're feeling is very different from what you're thinking, and what you're thinking is very different from what you're saying, and ultimately what you're doing. There has to be a confluence of everything. Why even talk about something like this when I'm here to talk about your body and bodily health and fitness? Because we are an integrated personality, not merely in the sense of your body taking care of everything. Your very identity I starts with your body and includes every thought process, every intellectual process, every emotional process that goes through you. Because to this body, everything that happens in the outside world is a chemical reaction. So if you're happy, it will release serotonin. You're tense, it will release cortisol. You're feeling very, very sleepy, it will release melatonin. It is a chemical. Inside there's a biochemical factory. And at every time, based on your emotions, based on your intellectual stimuli, based on your thinking processes, reactions happen within the body. I'm going to ask for a volunteer. Anyone who's willing to come here and play act for a few seconds with me? Ma'am, why don't you come? Please. Yes? Hi, thanks for joining me. Can you just announce your name?
My name is Swarnalata from MBA section.
Okay. I just want you to come here. Stand with your right hand stretched. Here, this side. Okay. I'm just going to try and push this hand down, and I want you to just resist me. Okay? Ready? No, resist me.
I need to resist.
Yeah, you're not resisting me. A little more? Yeah, very good. Yeah, she's resisting me pretty well. Okay, I think the mic is on now. Can we have the mic on? Yeah, please introduce yourself. No? Oh, yeah.
I'm Swarnalata from D section of MBA.
Okay, please. Swarnalata from D section of MBA. How old are you?
23.
23. Okay, that's the truth. You're not telling a lie. 100%. Okay, your hands up, please. Okay. Ready? Okay, she is telling the truth. Now, Swarnalata, you are visiting a place where they're giving free gifts for anyone who is 16. And if you're celebrating your birthday today, you get a special gift. Now, that gift happens to be an iPad 2. You have an iPad? No. Okay, so you'd like to have an iPad, right?
Okay.
Yes. Yes? Okay, what do you like having?
Anything which I like.
So what is your preference? Not an iPad, an Android, whatever it is that you like having. A laptop. Give me something that you like.
Okay, laptop.
A laptop, okay. And they're going to give that laptop away if you are 16 and it's your birthday today. So we're going to play act. You're going to come and tell me I'm the one who's going to give you the gift. So you're going to play act with me and say that give me a different name and say that it's your birthday today and try to take the laptop from me. So how would you do that? You want to use the mic?
Since today is my birthday and I'm going to receive from Miss Harini a laptop. Actually, I need to ask you or what?
No, I want you to introduce yourself and say I am so and so and I'm 16 and I'm celebrating my birthday, so can I have the laptop? You're 16, remember?
Okay. Okay. Today is my birthday and I need a laptop from you.
What's your name?
As my birthday gift.
What's your name?
Sita.
Sita, come here. Let me see if you are 16 and you really deserve a laptop because it's your birthday. Please put your hands up. You're Sita? Yeah? 16? Ready?
Yeah. So that's countdown.
Thank you. What I tried to show you was that when you are telling a lie, everything about your body knows about it. Every cell in your body knows that. And therefore, inside your body, something shrivels. You are not capable of proceeding further if you tell a lie. This is called kinesiology, the study of muscle testing. Why should we even know that? Because if you want to be an integrated person, ensuring that you have your entire system of your bodily health, mind, emotions, and everything integrated, then you need to understand that things have to be done in congruence with each other, not separately. Where does fitness come into this whole stuff? We are supposed to be a product of the 5 primordial elements, the elements of earth, water, fire, air, and space. Everything in this world is created by these primordial elements, and the same primordial elements are within us also. What does earth represent? Earth represents nutrition, the food you eat. Everything in your body comes from this element of the earth called nutrition. Today's world talks about calorie count diets. I want to remind you, your body is not a profit and loss statement. It is not here designed to check out the income versus expenditure. It's not about how many calories you're eating versus how many calories you expend. It is about nutrition. Are you able to convert the food you're eating into energy for use by the body? Every morsel counts, because with every morsel, your body needs to either convert it into energy for use by your body, or will have to eliminate it from your body. And that entire process is a very time-consuming one. Every cell in your body needs nutrition. When you are eating, if you are thinking negative thoughts, if you are tense, if you are not happy, that food will not get converted into energy for use by your body. So every morsel counts. The second important element, water. Our body has about 100 trillion cells with about 1 billion chemical reactions happening every nanosecond. And for all this, you need water. So if you're not hydrating your body enough, your body will go into a state of withdrawal. Thirdly, fire. Fire represents the sun. We need the sun to take control of us to live life. So it represents the circadian rhythm. We all have a biological clock within us, and the clock tells us that you need to sleep at night and wake up in the morning. Why? Because our hormonal system is tuned with that. Cortisol, your wake-up hormone, is released in the morning, and melatonin, your sleeping hormone, is released during sundown. And if you mix up the two, then you're going to have a lot of bodily harm, because your body needs time for physiological repair, for every tissue to be replaced and redone. When you talk about air, all of us need oxygen. What happens when you have a candle lit and you close it from all sides without oxygen? It will not burn. So you need oxygen to ensure that you're alive. And where does this oxygen have to reach? Every cell inside you. So if you're not breathing right, if you're having shallow breath, if you're not taking in enough oxygen, or if you decide and choose to smoke cigarettes by inhaling what you should not be inhaling rather than oxygen, then you're doing enormous bodily harm to your body. So these elements of earth, fire, water, and air represent what we learned in the 6th standard, that you need food to live, you need air to breathe, you need water to sustain, and you need the sun to live. There is a 5th element that we have missed in the whole process. Space, exactly. And what does space actually represent? It represents movement, because without space there is no movement. Thanks to Albert Einstein, we know that everything is in a state of constant movement. There is nothing that is fixed. It's a relative world, and everything in this universe moves. In fact, today the theory is that we are just vibrating strings. And if that is the case, you should not be sitting on your chair for so long in such a static environment. May I please request all of you to get up on your feet and move your body except for your tongue. No talking. You can follow what I'm doing, or you can decide to do something on your own, but no talking. Audio, please. I think the audio is not coming. Life is movement. If you're going to be sitting here for the next 24 hours, if you don't move your body, I can guarantee you're going to feel very, very stiff. That's not the way we were designed. Our body is made of muscles, tissues, cells, bones, nerves, so much going on inside our body. In every workshop of mine, there's one thing that I always tell, and that is, it is your muscles that actually do most of the work in your body. You're drinking water. How does that water actually drop into your stomach? Because of gravity? No, muscle action. You need to swallow. Everything in your body happens because of muscle action. We have misunderstood the role of muscles, limited it to just movement. But if your muscles are weak, that is how you age, that is how you become so dilapidated that you cannot climb stairs, you cannot sit on a chair, and everything works in congruence with your muscles. So I urge each and every one of you, especially the women, the girls, you have to do some kind of strength training, ensure that you're lifting a certain amount of weights to keep your muscles active and healthy. We are a part of a cosmic universe where every cell is in tune with everything else. This entire universe is a play. All of you have your dreams, yes? Anyone here who doesn't have a dream? All of us have our dreams, but unfortunately, we never relate that dream to your body. I want to ask you this question. Can any of you achieve any of your dreams without your body? Not possible. Your first and foremost primary sense of identification starts with this body. And this entire universe is your field to play, as long as you remember that your body needs to be taken care of. May I request you to gently close your eyes for a few minutes as I conclude the program. Please close your eyes. Audio, please. Subramanya Bharati says, எத்தனை கோடி இன்பம் வைத்தாய் எங்கள் இறைவா. முக்தி என்றொரு நிலை சமைத்தாய், அங்கு முழுதினையும் உணரும் உணர்வமைத்தாய். Not only did you create a state called Mukti, but you also made it possible for us to experience that. In the same vein, I'd like to say, not only did he create such a magnificent body that's capable of self-healing, capable of looking after itself, He also made it possible for you to take that remote control into your hands and keep it under your conscious control. Every cell in your body is striving to keep you alive, striving to ensure that it cooperates with you during the entire span of your life. Every cell in your body is begging you, pleading with you, hey, I am here striving, ensuring that I keep you alive. All I ask in return is, will you spend a few moments of your day taking care of your body? Move! Movement is life. Being static is death. Without movement, there is no life. Your body was designed for movement. I will work for you, ensure that all your dreams come true. But remember, all of them can come true only if you're willing to look after me, your body. Because without me, you don't exist. I beg you, please take care of me so that I can take care of you. Thank you so much for the time you spent with me.